Now, even if he just set the environment, he still had a play in it. So even if you are innocent in action, you still help draw this person out of their shell and it to your front door. You help bring this person right there to your city, your front door, and put him in position to where he could get robbed.
There was too many people who left up out of there unknowingly. Unknowingly thinking about what Duke the Jeweler family gonna think about if he make it home or not. They didn't care. They did not care. They just came in, did what they did, and left right back out as if it wasn't nothing.
They weren't thinking about whether this man had kids, a mother, a sister, a brother. They weren't thinking about none of that. But when do they?
What the feds say?
The feds are investigating this thoroughly. They are looking at every camera. They are looking at every cell phone they can get the footage off of. They are looking at testimonies. They are looking at the body language. They brought in the experts to look for the signals. They have went through hours of fine combing through these tapes to figure out who is linked to what, and they will put it all together on that courtroom table.
They got witnesses at the scene that saw Boosie introduce Duke the Jeweler to J Prince, Mobties, and the rest of them. So from them doing that, it goes to show that the footage, everybody who went in and out of that crib to where they was shooting dice at, them people has been recorded. Those people has been subpoenaed, and they have to come to court. And I want everybody to know they got Boosie now. It's over with because they brought up all of the deleted posts. They brought up every proof that they needed to connect Boosie, Duke the Jeweler, to Mobties.
There's too many people there. There's just too many people there to not have solid witnesses, something on video, surveillance cameras from the businesses surrounding the area. There is enough evidence. They just have not released it yet because they don't want it to be corrupted by public opinion or otherwise. But somebody saw explicitly what happened. It needs to come forward if they haven't already. At the end of the day, you know this was a setup. There was too many silent signals that went around that room. There was too many head nods, eye winks, whistles, people at the door, mysterious phone calls. It didn't flow the way they thought it would flow, and they had cameras rolling. Everything was caught on tape.
Boosie, he was standing in the midst of every person who was out there, so he kept walking from crowd to crowd. So when the detectives investigated and they saw everything that was going on the footage, they said that that was a bad mistake what they did because they put themselves out there, made it seem like as if they was running a illegal gambling party. So this is why they had to hurry up and pay and do all this, and Boosie had to sell a couple of his cars. Everybody knows what was in them bags that Duke the Jeweler had.
Well, absolutely, because Duke the Jr. only traveled when he was making sales. They want to say, oh, we didn't know him. Then how did he already have your product ready for you to buy? You didn't know him. I don't buy that part. Boosie isn't going to just travel out of state without his entourage, his security, and go places and be with people he just don't know. There's some sort of knowledge of who these people are, how these people move, for him to feel safe. And that's just for anybody. I'm not going to personally sit here and put myself in a situation that's going to make me come back unalive.
They had trick dice. So in a situation like this, according to the feds said that Duke the Jeweler had $1.2 million worth of jewelry in the bags. Now, he only came over there to sell Boosie the jewelry. As soon as he got there, Duke the Jeweler was presented with gifts, and they was coming to him acting like they were so happy to see him because they wanted to get the jewelry. No other way around it.
At the end of the day, they set that man up. Now, personally, I believe he shouldn't have been traveling the way he was. He should have had people with him. If he would have had security with him that day, this would have went down a whole nother way. And when you're traveling with that much product, no matter what the product is, you don't want to assume you're safe in any regards. You want to be protected on every aspect. Had he had security with him, Boosie would have thought twice. J Prince Jr. would have thought twice. And their setup plans would have been fouled.
It wouldn't have been an easy lick. Boosie had on them house shoes, the Dolce and Cabana's, and then he had on the Christian Dior shorts. I want y'all to know, everybody know that Mobties, they rock with some of Boosie people, but you gotta understand, Boosie from Louisiana and he live in Atlanta. He not from Houston.
He was dressed in a way that presented a comfortable, relaxed environment.
Safe.
You know, you don't just walk around in shorts and flippers if your environment has got you on edge. You would be dressed to the hilt and ready to move if that was the case. But
so that means all of them knew each other.
Absolutely.
If Boosie was that comfortable, Boosie wasn't worried about nobody doing nothing to him. Why did they pick Duke the Jeweler out of everything?
Because Duke had something they wanted that they couldn't get from nobody else.
That's sad. That's sad because we know J. Prince Jr. had about 20,000 and all hundreds. They was gambling and they was playing 2,000 a hand, 1,000 a hand. They kept side betting, and as you can see, the dude kept eyeballing Duke the Jeweler hand.
It really wasn't about the money. They can get money any day, anytime, any way that they so choose to move. But what Duke the Jeweler had in his bags, they can't just go and get. They have to special order. They have to procure through different resources. You know, it takes talent to make that type of jewelry, and it takes talent to have the patience to sit there and put those stones in every little groove. That takes a lot of time and talent.
And
Not everybody can do it.
And Duke the Jeweler, he felt that he was safe because he was around Boosie, but when Boosie get drunk, he started to acting like, you feel me, like he ain't rocking with certain people who he ain't grew up with. Boosie got drunk and he slipped up and told HPD who actually robbed Duke the Jeweler. And I want everybody to know, the dude that was standing right there by that police car, when they investigated and they came and did fingerprints and they picked up the crime tape and the bullet shell cases and things like that, they had dude right there, they questioned him. How you think they found the bottle? The dude told them they got loaded dice in there. They did that to Duke the Jeweler. Now keep in mind, old girl who was out there with Boosie nephew, she was the main one who tried to act like dude ain't had nothing to do with it, but they said that 19-year-old was the main one who did it. And I want everybody to know, Duke the Jeweler ain't deserve to go out like that. That's bogus, and they have to pay for what they did.
At the end of the day, justice will get served. Like I said, there's enough evidence, there's enough security footage, there's people at the door monitoring who comes in and goes out. You can only imagine the amount of work that the investigators have put into this case. And when they really sit down and bring it to trial, it's going to be over with. They had too many cues, too many head nods for people not to notice. And then everybody's on their phone at some point in time recording from every angle. You even see, if you really watch these videos, where they clip and cut because something happened that they don't want you to see. They switch sides of the tables. All of a sudden, the big boy that was on the left ain't there no more. Now he's on the right. There's too many people that are focused on Boosie and not on what's physically going on in front of him. These guys are literally sitting here debating, is it time yet? Are we gonna take action? They're looking for the signal. They're looking for the head nod. All of a sudden, you see film clip, and now they're on the other side of the table. Why did they have to cut the camera to rotate the side of the table?
Why they couldn't just walk around the table and go over there by J. Prince Jr. and tell Duke the Jeweler, you good, man, just go over there. Was that a bad idea or a bad mistake for Duke the Jeweler to go over there and even meet J. Prince Jr.? Would Duke the Jeweler still be here with us right now if he never met J. Prince Jr. He just came there for Boosie?
You know, it's a very big question, and we don't have that answer, but I feel like they worked hand in hand. I don't feel like either side is innocent in this, and I don't feel like he was safe just with Boosie. I don't feel like he was safe just with Duke the Jeweler or with J. Prince Jr. What I do feel is that they set this man up, and there was a lot of people involved. If you really pay attention to this in an investigative mind, this little clip we have of the dice game, there's too many heads on a swivel instead of paying attention to what they're doing on the table.
It's 4 people looking the same direction while J. Prince Jr. looking down and Duke the Jeweler looking over on the other side of the table where Boosie at.
there's just too many people like waiting for the signal. That's what that feels like. It's like waiting for that last head nod or the little low whistle or whatever the signal was to set everything into motion. Everybody is on alert. They're not just there drinking, relax, enjoying the game. And if you know the body language, you can see it. There's just too much tension.
Everybody knows how Boosie get down, but I ain't gonna say Boosie did it, but they saying that Boosie, he played a big role in what was going on, and Boosie addressed everything that was going on about him having something to do with what happened to Duke the Jeweler. He made sure he ran and did an interview about that.